Welcome to the stream, everybody. Uh, wow, I always forget my intro. I'm the Headless Headhunter, and I'm here to help y'all get a job. Or jobs, plural, hopefully plural. We have quite a bit of people, actually. So that is very good. Let's see, today is the 10th. So yeah, it's going to be first come, first serve, truthfully, whoever mentions in chat. Because there's a lot of names here, and one person who did not give me the right information to give them their stuff. Hey, Cooperman, you are the first, so um, yeah, let's take a look at yours. Let's see this. All right, let me go here. Okay, so this is the old resume. All right, let's do this over here. All right. Come on, computer. Let me do this. It says live, but you hear and see nothing. Oh. Stream preview. Okay. Let's. Okay. Stream preview live. Let's do a pop out stream preview. Is this working? Okay, cool. I was just checking. I panicked there for a bit. So, I am glad that it is working now. Let me get your resume real quick up, man, and we will do yours first. And again, apologies to everybody. This is a low energy stream because oh my god, my allergies have been murdering me. So we are looking. Okay. Okay. Um. So that okay, I understand. This is actually the other one. So let's get over here. You're looking for. Oh my gosh. Let's do this over there. And is that going to work? Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Perry. Hey, Brad. All right. So there is a lot of stuff here that you're looking for, but you're primarily looking for aerospace. This is the other resume type format that I have told people about. I'm assuming this is the second version that I've told a bunch of people about, correct? And this is what you're looking for? Let's see. Track record of so far good. Initiative business development efforts for revolutionary AI hospitality solutions at Totality platform. Identified a 1.35 in annual operation saving a senior VP. Okay. Overall good for the second type. There's a couple of things I want. I think you are overall. I want to be clear. This is more nitpicky. Overall, I think this is a very good start, and I don't think you're going to need to change a ton of things. These need to be in bullets, so you can just do business development, sales, marketing, operations leader, then put them in bullets. Or alternatively, you can actually, instead of saying this, just say like summary, but I think this is fine. But these need to be in bullets. So just put 3 bullets up top. Just, even if they're big, that's fine. Then, I don't know if I want to say motivational. I think it would be good in the bullets, but I think it's going to come across as too markety. So leader of teams in business development, marketing, B2B sales, consistently delivering results to and building trust. So I need an example of this. I need an example of how you did that to investor C-suite staffs and teammates. I think the first part is fine. but this part we need to know specifically how you did that. These are going to be your brags. So remember, these are going to be like your biggest brags, and you want to showcase them first, how you saved the world. So then we have track and demonstrated consistent success and optimizing business performance through revenue growth. I need to see a demonstration of that. As an example, I think identified and executed a 1.35 million operational savings as SVP of blank at Lux Collections Hotel. I think that would probably be up top. Other than that, these are solid. Led new business development efforts, growing general hotels from yep, solid. This one may need to be tweaked a little bit. So, but overall, this is pretty good, and it's not going to take you too long to do those changes. So, but these are overall very good. Like I can see this happening. Then we have revenue management, evangelized hospitality technology solution to. They use the word evangelize, right? So saving the company from its crazy owner. There is a way to do that, and I think you need to say pushed back successfully in meetings about X strategy, where Y strategy would have worked better. So you would use the word like was able to push back against a strategy that was X because Y was better. You want to, when you write that, you need to show that nobody was at fault. It was just the strategy that was incorrect and why that strategy would not have worked and how yours worked instead. So you need to take out your emotion instead of being like, the dude at the top wanted to burn our company to the ground to warm their hands by the fire. You instead just say, pushed back in stakeholder meetings against X plan due to the fact that it would have caused Y. Stakeholders agreed and implemented my plan, which led to a Y. So, or X, Y, Z. So, that is how you would write that. But you want to make it so that nobody knows what the problem was and you don't blame anybody in particular. Achieving business goals. Also, there is something I'm noticing here, which this is going to be okay, is these can be 2 lines. I feel like some of these should be a little bit deeper. Professional experience is fine. I like it here. There is the issue of you have 3 things that are to present. I want to, so that's going to look weird even if it's down here, but I would say more like, I'm assuming was it part-time or was it like under a certain contractor or was it like you were 1099 for these people? Because that's going to be a little bit different. You're still consulting for them. Okay. So I would maybe wrap those up into one so that you say like consultant for X, Y, and Z. Because otherwise it's weird to see present, present, and March and present, present. So I would say wrap these up into the same one so that it just looks, well, maybe you don't put the 2010 or you separate it, but yeah. So yeah, just say, you just wrap those into one. So that was contracting for totality, silver lining, and whiz meetings. So we just want to be clear of how that is. So that way you only have one. So that way it still looks very good because that's 8 years. I almost forgot my addition. 8 years for here, 5 years for there, 13 years, and then you're currently going on 4 so strong. I think some of your bullets need a little more description. Normally I don't like the word evangelize, but I think that was specifically what one of the companies said the last time we looked at it. So, and I want to be a little more specific than drive revenue. It doesn't have to be like numbers based, but just drive revenue by doing X, because you have a lot of what you did the results of it, but not the how you did it. And we need more of the how. But oh, how do you do it to make LinkedIn not look different? So let's take yours from here, and this is how I would frame this. Uh, okay, so these are, let's push this all the way down. These are the ones you have. You are going to wrap these up. So these are going to be in the same line. So instead, we're going to do 1099 consultant for X, Y, and Z, which is going to be these three that you had. You want to do maybe a little bit like senior consultant slash analyst slash whatever it was. And then you're going to have this, which seems clearer. So you're going to bundle those up together because that looks good. I don't think I would actually put 1090. I would just say consultant analyst for X, Y, and Z. So this is how I would write it for your LinkedIn. I know one of the dates was very weird specifically, but I think that is probably your best bet because it reads clearer. Even if this is big, and I do understand that this may be a little big and unwieldy, but that is okay. So, let's see, education, ethical hacking, university at Nebraska, Asian mathematics, international. I forgot. Do you have a PMP cert? If you do have a PMP, put it up top. So, that is what I would definitely. I don't remember if you did or not. So, proficient in branding. Hey, Omni Dude, how you doing? District hotel. Yeah. I need a lot more of how you did this. I have the what, and I have some of the results, but I need the how. Okay, then that's fine. So yeah, I think that would be solid. You still want to make sure to put your name up top, then one thing under it is going to be your contact information, and then below that is going to be the citizens and state. But otherwise, this looks very solid. So yeah, this is also going to be bulleted, and you're just going to put career summary of biz dev, sales, marketing, whatever it is. So, but overall, I think it may take you maybe like 20 more minutes or so to tweak this a little bit, but it's solid. So, yeah, I like this. So that should help with the way those work once you input those changes. How is everybody tonight, by the way? So, I hope everybody is good. Allergies are destroying my soul, but I am here and I exist. Sleepy, same. Good. Thank you, Cooper man. Yeah, that should be it. I can't. I mean, it's just a little bit of formatting, a little bit more about the how, and then that is how you would redo these. It may take some finagling to get this to make sense for all of them, but I want to see this. So, ooh, you had an interview. Good, 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 good. And yeah, this heat overall is just breaking everybody, me included. Harry, that's awesome. I'm glad it made you happy, Cooper. Thank you. Allergies, yeah, no, seriously, allergies have been destroying me. They're so bad. I finally was able to get a doctor for the ear, nose, throat, and unfortunately, it is a month away. So, after like on the 14th or the 15th of July is when I can finally see them. So, but that's what I can do for now, and I think that's overall much better. Okay, that's Perry. I think you were next. Yeah, prescriptions do. So like y'all weren't here, but I went to the doctor because I thought I may have like a deviated septum because I have trouble breathing out of one, and the doctor's like, "Let's do an X-ray." So they did an X-ray, and then I walked into the office, and the doctor said, Lee, in my 40 years of medicine, I have never seen this. I have looked at thousands of x-rays, and your sinus, whatever they are more inflamed than I have ever seen in my entire 40 years of medicine. So I am a medical marvel in the worst way. Uh, Cooper, I think Perry, I think you are next. Perry, you have two resumes. Which one would you want me to do? The data analyst or the software engineer? Um, oh, says duplicated submission had some details we forgot to include. Okay, so the newest one is the one that we should do. So, never seen. Yeah, you never want your doctor to say, "I have never seen that in my career." Uh, so, ah, ha, ha, ha. Hopefully they fix it in like a month. All right. Uh, also, side note, self promotion. I did an AMA, so if people could wrong one, comment and post on it, I would be very thankful. Or just do the whole, likey thing on it. So, let's see. This is AMA. Yeah, this one is a different one. This is on the actual subreddit AMA. So, how do I actually? There it is. Posts. So let's hope you don't look like that guy in Fallout. Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't. I don't think I will because this has been going on for a while, but it's definitely explained why I sometimes just collapse into like a fit of allergies. So that would most likely be the case. Is they're that bad? So all right, Perry, let me get your resume up. Brain. What was I looking for? Okay, data analyst, carry the platypus. We're just doing a very quick Boolean. And right, that is what I'm doing over here. So that is the bad resume. Let me make sure this is the correct resume. Okay. Today is the. Oh, weird. Okay. Wait, what is going on with my computer? Sorry. Oh, there's someone called Pochi the Penguin, and my dyslexia made it seem like that was it. Okay. Now, this is the one, the old one. This is the new one. Okay. Perry the Platypus. Such a good show that adults and kids can enjoy. Let me make sure this is good. Johnson. All right. I'm assuming this is a fake name of correct that you put up there. Uh, hey, Pochi. Yep, similar names. Okay. Yeah, I was slow before that. Got 3 interviews today. Yes. Good. Jonathan Coulson. Okay, cool. I like Jonathan Coulson. And after, you know what? I did Perry the Platypus, Pochi the Penguin, you are next. My brain, I am so glad Twitch is showing Perry in green and Pochi in red because my dyslexia is like, they're the same right now to me. Thank you, differentias in color. They're saving my life right now. All right. All right, so this is the resume. And then let's see, you are looking for data analytics, data engineer positions. So let's not. I didn't even actually know you could put them. Wait, how did I do that? I didn't know the key. Oh, there's the emoji keyword. Yep, I'm just gonna put a bunch of emojis. There we go. Oh no, you like the actual thing. I've never done emojis in Word, but I will cut that part or just not show this one. So, how do I get this back? What is actually happening with this? Is this going to work? Okay. I don't know why that copy pasted nothing I had on there, so I am sorry there, Perry. Data engineer. Okay, cool. There we go. That's what I needed. Ugh. Okay, cool. All right, so we're doing this. Sinuses. All right. Okay, so we are going to go for. Let's just do this as probably just an or, a data analyst, data engineer, analyst. Yeah, so we're going to go data analyst or data engineer or analytics engineer or software engineer or software developer. I understand those are very different things in theory, but I will be perfectly frank, they are used interchangeably so often that you should probably include it in your search string. So, like, I am aware there is a functional difference between them, but like, nobody uses that. So, or let's do stack, stack engineer. So, okay, cool. Let's use that one as well. Yeah, I would add a software developer just in case. So, because it just people don't do the difference between them, I'll be honest. All right. That is quite a lot. So let's do date posted in the last week, that is too much. So, but anyway, these should be good. Business resilience. Let's shrink this down a bit based on your skills. So you have Node.js, REST API, okay, TypeScript, Docker. So let's do, instead of this, let's do your little thing over there. And then we're going to add and Node.js or TypeScript or React. Let's say. Truthfully, we probably shouldn't keep React there, but I do these slowly. Let's see, so that was 2,000 to about 718, which is a lot, but still is manageable. I make, so this is a non-canon stream. So, yeah, it's all, everything, this is a non-canon stream, so that's fine. So, bachelor's degree in computer science, so we are looking for React, which is good, full stack Jode as required, years technical in TypeScript, yep, in computer graphic. What is TypeScript? Because I swear I've been seeing that more often lately, and I don't remember looking at that like years ago. Is that like a newer thing? Next.js, React, PostSequent, Python, backed fast APIs. Okay, so then GCP, which is correct. Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so it's a superset. I don't actually know what a superset is, but it's related to JavaScript at least. Familiar with Next.js? What is Next.js? Assuming that's just a part of it, but okay. This is close to what I was looking at anyway. So, the first thing I would do, let's see here. Okay. A slightly safer. Okay, so the first thing I would do here is change this title, because it's very possible that the recruiters may not be aware of that. They may think JS is not Node.js. I would change it to. I would honestly keep it simple. Keep it full stack developer, backend, or alternatively software developer, JavaScript, and then data engineer. I think font is probably too big as well. I don't know if it's going to parse right. How big is the font on yours? Because realistically, you want to aim for like 10 or 11. This seems like a 12 to 14, but I may be wrong. So, 12 point? Okay. I would personally do Arial, and so here's the reason I use Arial, I'll be honest, is because it is a dyslexic friendly font, which does make it a little easier. So I would switch it probably to Arial and maybe knock it down to 10 or 11. 10 might be too hard to read, but try 11. That should help save room, truthfully. A lot of room. And then I don't like the word contributed, but okay. I don't know if I like contributed. to experimental in-house customer service messaging software connect as a full stack. I would just say instead of contributed, let's do. We're about to get an ad. Yeah, no, I still just am not a fan of the word contributed. I don't think it. I think it undersells. So, and I'm not quite sure what to put in here either. But I think you just say was a full stack software engineer JavaScript, right? You can put this and data engineer for our in-house. I don't know if you want to say experimental, truthfully. Next. So it would be this to enhance. And I think this reads a little better. So just was a full stack software engineer, then JavaScript and data engineer for in-house customer service messaging software connect to enhance app functionality, or full stack. No, you say full stack software engineer. I don't even think you need to. You can just say I don't think you. I don't think I needed to put JavaScript. So right here. So I would write it like that because that's clearer than contributed. It was just this is what you were. You took out your emotion. You were a full stack software engineer and data engineer for our in-house customer service messaging software connect. So am I already out of water? Well, I'm gonna get more in the commercial. So obviously check this for grammar, but this is what I would use for that one. Yeah, built is another thing. I would say built is also very good, like Brad said. So built a in-house, like, yeah, I would say built. Yeah, built is fine too. Actually, built probably works better. I only reason I wasn't saying it is because I didn't know how much of it you built, but that's fine. Like if you built it, you built it. Even if it's like built a experimental in-house customer service messaging software connect as one of 4 engineers or as a JavaScript engineer. So yeah, you don't need to do the standard action. This is just a description to describe. So a description to describe. Led data migration of 3-point management users from Intercom to Connect using Node.js. Super solid. My only thing here is, should there be a period between Node and JS? I just want to make sure that comes up. TypeScript, Docker, MongoDB, PostSQL, saving 100 annually by canceling Intercom annually. If you need by canceling Intercom, I think you might just be able to. Okay, then I would just say built as long as you're comfortable answering it in an interview. I don't want you to lie, so whatever you're comfortable in an interview answering. Okay, that may be me not knowing the exact grammar of that, but if you need to say by canceling Intercom, I think you could just like delete those 3 things. You could just say which caused us to save 100K annually, or just saving 100K annually. So built a Node.js microservice application using that for Integrated API. Yeah, that's solid. Created data migrations and connect to data mapping, data transfer. In-house React. My only thing is, see, I think there may be. No, it's 2 years. Once you get back to me with the better fonts, it's just a little hard with this font for me personally to read. Update. This might be okay to delete. Just because you already have a lot, and we don't want to, like, this is super solid, right? Change this to the data engineer, just do full stack / data engineer at X. But I don't. Is that the only React, actually? React. It is the only React. Yeah, they're all solid. This. See, build an application API. Put this in a comma and GCP. Uh, you want to say Google Cloud Storage, and then in the little comma do GCP. Yeah, I just saw the React. I feel like this is really good. We're about to get hit with an ad, so I'll finish this. I feel like we may need one bullet less, and I might know how to do that, actually. Okay. Okay. Last bullet. I like troubleshoot customer issues, truthfully. Uh, I like that. I mean, these are good bullets, I'll be honest. This is kind of a built-in Node.js microservice generator for interface with Node.js, enabling data storage. Because you want that for the Google Cloud. And then you need that. This might be the one, but then you also don't have MongoDB. I would. Okay. After the break, I think I know what to do about this, actually. All right, back. So I think I may know where to do this. Real quick. I think first off, this needs to be in a bullet as well. Remember, it's going to be bullet point of this, and then that's going to be bullet point technologies used. I think we actually need to shrink the technologies used. And my guess would be we change it to that. MongoDB, I remember, was popular. I don't know how popular that is now. PostSQL, and then we don't need this. I feel like a Redis or Elasticsearch maybe, but I don't think these are needed. Truthfully, this might be what we shrink that to. I know we're missing stuff, but I think that might make it way clearer. Once the font is correct, and once we put that in a bullet point, I think that'll be clearer. Because I do want to show the React, because React is pretty used. So is REST API. And then I don't know about the Mongo. We do have that. I kind of like the troubleshoot customer issues. But if anything that could go, I just kind of liked it. I think what we can also do is change your summary sentence. So that we don't need to do as much with that. So what I would suggest is we change the tools to this. Okay, and then we instead do something like, I like built. We're going to say built our customer service messaging software. We don't need to necessarily say connect. We just say software using um, Brain. Then we're going to have Node.js, React, GCP. Oh, let's see, do that. What were the big ones that they had? Full stack was primary React and TypeScript, right? That was it. Using Node.js, React, TypeScript in a cloud. And we can say built and managed. Managed. Our customer service messaging software using Node.js, React, TypeScript. It should be and. God. Oh. And TypeScript in a cloud, Google. What would you call it? Not Google Cloud environment in a. I forgot the words for that. Yeah, because a lot of these are having React. I don't want to bury React down in there, truthfully. Um, PCP. This is where we use the job postings words. They specifically say a certain word in this typically. Cloud. Is this cloud for Azure Cloud? Okay, let's try. These are horrible job descriptions. They're so wordy. Like, this is insane to me. Like, no one even knows what they need to do because they're not going to read down here. It's same problem with a lot of resumes, just on the other end. Okay, I do want to make a better. What do they say? I know there's a word for this. Maybe cloud. Okay, in a. Guess we could just say in a cloud environment GCP. So in a cloud environment, and then we can put Google Cloud Platform. Yeah, I think maybe in a GCP Google Cloud Platform environment. So I was just trying to find a better way of saying it, but I think I was overdoing it. So this is probably going to work better, right? Is build and manage our customer service messaging software using Node.js, React, and TypeScript in I think I should have put in a GCP Google Cloud Platform environment. That also allows you to. Now, this one is Google Cloud Storage. You have to use the full name. But so yeah, I think those will help a lot. And now, because you used React, we can take out whatever the other one, this one, because it's already up there front and center. So I would use that, rank the technologies used, put it in a bullet, change this to whatever it actually was. Just JS developer is probably just going to be full stack. That's my guess, but you're going to be the expert on that one. So, and then, I mean, look, I could go through the other ones, but yeah, collaborative with IT. I don't like collaborated. Collaborative is not the word I ever really like. To create a data pipeline from link search data to create a Tableau ETL. Yeah, created a Python ETL. Created Excel. That's fine. I think instead collaborated, I would say worked with or something. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know why I sound angry, but not. I feel like I'm just tired. Let the hair flow. That's a great thing about having long hair is I get to do that. Let my hair back and forth. So, all right, there we go. All right, let's do the Reddit. Just while you ask thine question. All right, there is. Oh, okay. Nope. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do see all. Thank you. why get rid of one bullet for the first job since we have 2 pages, and if we make it 11 point, it will be 1.5. So the important thing is that you have the information you want the most up top. My issue with this is that it's the problem with IT resumes from a recruiter standpoint is there's so many words that you want to make it concise, because it can easily cause a recruiter to miss what you want. Because maybe if they're looking for ETL, they're going to see ETL, but maybe they're looking for MongoDB and they don't actually see it except for here. Or maybe they're looking for APIs, but they don't see it because there's so many. So this is a particular issue with IT resumes, is that it's a lot of jargon for the non-IT people. So that is why I want to shrink the technology used. And I want to make it very, 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 very easy to read. Because when you are looking at 100 resumes in a row, this can blur. And that's not just my dyslexia talking. That's just really tough. I will typically do Control F to find those words, but some recruiters may not know that. So in most cases, the length of a resume doesn't really matter, because the longer it is, they just may not read it. But in this one, there's so many keywords that they need. Yeah, and that's the issue. It's not a size for, like, people say you have to do a resume. The point is it needs to be easy to read. And from a legibility standpoint, it is pretty hard. Yeah, but it's kind of too much. So that's why we put this. In fact, I would maybe unbold this, then shrink the technologies, and then maybe use that extra line to maybe give another space, because it's the legibility that is an issue. So it's also why I like Arial, because I'm dyslexic and it's easier for me to read. So that is why I would do that, because it doesn't matter if it's 2 pages. It matters that they can get the information. So, summation, real quick. Excuse me. We're going to change this title to something more in market. We're going to shrink this down to maybe 1 line, maybe 1.5 lines. We're going to get rid of the React statement and make the summary statement better. You were going to go back and see. Yeah, this is also why these need to be in. Put these in bullets as well. This is part of the problem when it's not in bullets, is it kind of blurs with the next one. So, and then if you can, we're gonna change contributed in the resume. I like built. I want things that you have done or collaborated with. I'm okay with, I guess, but preferably built or worked with. So that is, I think that's all I can do for this one right now, but it's still much better. So I don't want to, like, I don't want to be too negative on it, because it's definitely improved. It's definitely easier, and I can definitely see a lot of recruiters being able to find what they need. But again, we are idiot proofing our resumes, and we have to essentially do with the least common denominator in all of those. There's the you know what I meant. So I think that is it for that. That is it for that. See, Pochi the Penguin, are you still here? If so, your resume will be next. Yeah, no worries. I mean, you can keep asking questions. That's fine. I'm not gonna have the resume up front. That's all. But yeah, keep asking questions, even if it's not your turn. I am fine with that. So, and I will see this in a second. So let me go there. Let me remove these from my folder, because I have too many resumes. Delete. Row. No, don't delete the resume you're about to do, Lee. That is not correct. What do you think of the project section? I didn't even notice it because of all the other stuff. I think it doesn't matter as much, truthfully. I did just delete it out of my system and I can get it back. But I don't know if it matters as much, really, because we got what we need in the first half. That's the important part. I don't even want to focus too deep because you've already got a solid amount of experience in the first one, and that's going to be your first impression of what we need to do the strongest. So if you want to put it back again, then we can check. But mainly it's I think we got mostly what I need because like if you've the projects are people don't care as much about projects. Typically, that's a entry level thing, but it does very much seem like you have non entry level experience. So the projects are going to be largely irrelevant on the overall thing. Um, and I can't see them skipping through all of those to like 5 years of work history and then making the decision negative on the thing. Moonlighting gigs is fine. I think it's okay to have because again, a big resume is not a problem. I just don't think it's going to matter either way. So, you can leave it in. That's fine. We'll look at it again, but next time. But I think it should be fine. Uh, she the penguin. I don't know why I'm singing Puff the Magic Dragon. Okay, this is old resume. I'm deleting. I think that's all. Old resume. Old resume from May. I just realized I had these poaching up. Alright, Poachy the Penguin. Okay, let's... Poach, spelling Poachy the Penguin. Alright. What does this look like? Your experience or something, your money, okay. Good, no. Well, there are flaws in the resume, but it is good because there's no identifying information. So let me make sure if I open this in Google Docs, it's not going to break it either. Yeah, I completely broke the formatting. All right. Cool. All right, Poachy, let me see what you are looking for. Okay, you have a custom Boolean. Nice. And this is for Sacramento area. All right. Sacramento County. Okay, let's do with your Boolean. Okay, yeah, that's not a lot, especially in the last week. Let's see this. Maybe we can expand the Boolean first. Let's see. That's my first thing. And then we are going to have to change the formatting. Which, actually, that reminds me. What do you think about Helvetica? What do I think about Helvetica? All right, Helvetica. I can't remember what Helvetica looks like. Do I not have it? Do they not have Helvetica in... Okay, they've got to have that. I know that's like not even a Helvetica New. I think Helvetica is fine. That seems pretty good. All right, let's look at San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, it is. Okay, there's still not a lot. So I think the biggest thing is we're probably going to have to find a wider search string for this, Poachy. I would say that is the very first thing that you will need to do is I don't think there is enough positions to justify this. So we have UX researcher, or let me just put this in. I don't know if that comma is going to matter or not, but just in case, let me check. I know LinkedIn does weird stuff with its Boolean searches. Like this shouldn't matter, but research market, okay, so you do want to do research market, that kind of thing. Let's check. Let's see, we had 52. Let's see if the actual full punctuation matters. No, less. Cool. Made it worse. Yeah, no worries, Cooper. Have a good day. So, all right, we have lead design, we have UX researcher, user experience researcher. I think the issue here is going to be researcher as well. Can we put user Is there a, because they have designer, right? Like, is this, I imagine designer would be better as well. Let's try UX designer. Because I know that is a little bit different. Do you think that would work? If not, I can do this with what I have right now. I'm just, no design rules. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's fair. Let me do with what I got right now, and we'll try to work it. So, where's my little sheet? There it is. Helvetica is fine. All right. Now I'll be able to see chat while I go through this. User experience research manager. All right, clean energy, grid, energy. Requirements, economics, or engineering. This is a terrible job description, Radiant. You need to do better. That This is a terrible job description. All right, let's do this from Meta. Facebook usually, I think, has actually good qualifications in it. Bachelor's degree in computer science, media science, okay. 4 years PhD or PhD in related field and experience. Related experience within user experience, conduct in-depth focus groups. So this is going to be one of our things. Also, let me go back to chat real quick. Hey, I think I might have an idea for a different Boolean search for this. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but let's try it after. Why is this not showing me my stuff? Give me my stuff. All right, and then we're going to have R, SQL, Stata, and... all right, statistical analysis methods. Interest and obviously research. Let's see this UX researcher AI. This is probably going to have something to do with AI or ML or NLP or something. There it is. Quantitative UX read a little from AI predictive technology, hostile functional partners, finding audience, romance, design decisions, finishing project roadmap. I think this is design decisions, so it is influencing design decisions and roadmaps. And then let's try this from Google. Conduct independent research, modelize product experience, collect and analyze user behavior in lab studies, field visits, ABA testing. Oh, but I agree, that's probably going to be needed. A/B testing, work as a designer, project and remote, understand the corporate. So that is going to be one of the other requirements. And this one, which is you've got to speak not as smart people, such as myself. Okay. That should be good. And then this is what I got so far is I want to see stuff with in-depth interviews or focus groups, concept testing. I want to see some actual hard languages. These were admittedly only in one, so I'm not so sure about this one. But I also want to see statistical analysis methods, and I want them named. This is going to be a big one, which is, and I only saw one with AB. I think the last two are probably going to be the big ones. Are you need to show that you have influenced design decisions and roadmaps, and translating complex technical requirements into essentially stakeholders, what we can understand. So it doesn't matter if you are able to hypotenuse the hypervelocity speedometer. You need to explain that to people like me who only have bachelors at best. Those look to be the 5 most common ones. This one I can probably just do as tools. But I like saying because that makes me giggle. But I want to try something else with the Boolean search real quick. So I want to do UX or UI. And then let's do, and let's try researcher. So you specifically don't want designer. So researcher. Or what's a better name for researcher? There might be other names for research. Research analyst, maybe? Researcher. Senior bad debt. Or I think I want to do research. And let's do PhD. Analyst? Yep, that's right. You're right. Analyst or analyst. And then we're actually going to do it by PhD. Because you're going to be looking for more niche roles. I wonder if this is going to work in San Fran. I don't know if this is working. This I don't know if this one worked. So I think we may have to go back to the one you did. So yeah, I think you should. I don't think I'm going to be able to find the exact one, but I think you should probably put something like PhD or master's, because specifically the jobs it seems already that you're looking for are going to be those types of jobs, right? They require higher education, and the ones that have bachelors are not going to matter. So you might as well just cancel those out. Look for ones that have masters and PhDs. So now, going back to this, and I don't know, I just like doing that. Let's go to your actual resume, Penguin. Uh, all right, so there's a couple of things wrong immediately, but I do want to read it to see how we can tweak it. So we have the username, we have Sacramento, we have email, LinkedIn. Mixed media researcher with 8 years of experience and PhD in cognitive psych. Woo, psych people! I love IO Psych. I know that's not the same, but IO Psych is one of my favorites. Experience in using research to solve problems or improve experience in industries. I don't think you need. Yeah, you don't need the summary for this. Typically, the reason you would want a summary is specifically if there is something immediately wrong about your resume that you need to counteract. As an example, it would be you have a bunch of user experience and you've got a PhD from some university, which is some university is high. I know everybody wants to go there. But if you were transferring from, let's say, as an example, a user experience researcher into a race car driver, right? That is where you would need to put a summary that says, after obtaining my PhD in X, I am looking to transfer that knowledge to become a race car driver. Because I'm assuming that you are a researcher if you're applying to research jobs, and nothing in your resume speaks that you wouldn't be a researcher. So I don't think you need the summary. That can go away. All right. Then what we're looking for specifically is these. And this is part of the problem with high level positions is, quite frankly, there's a lot of stuff that is needed that isn't really communicated in the job posting. But manage all phases of quantitative and qualitative research projects, including client management, study design, questionnaire discussion, guide development, recruiting diverse populations of patients, fielding quantitative and qualitative data analysis, and writing research reports. So my issue with this is the only thing that I really saw that I needed is this. I think you may need to trim some of this. And in addition, like, this is part of the problem of, well, quite frankly, someone who is highly educated is, I don't know what all phases of a quantitative and qualitative research project is. I do know I was looking to specifically find data analysis in qualitative and quantitative. So the rest of this is, we want to maybe make it easier to digest for people that are not as degreed as you. In addition, this should either not exist or be your starter sentence. You don't want these little things dangling at the top. You want to put these in bullets. And truthfully, I think you should probably merge them, which is conducted user research studies to understand and improve all aspects of the hospital patient experience by using quantitative and qualitative data analysis. And then we can add maybe 2 other things, such as focus groups, and maybe put in statistical analysis methods or something, or roadmaps. That is how I would write this. Like, you need to shrink this into something that is much smaller, and gives us more of what we're looking for. So instead of all of that, let's do conducted user research studies to understand and improve all aspects of the hospital's patient experience, by using, Where did it go? Qualitative and quantitative data analysis, focus groups, and probably one more that I can't find in there. So, ideally, if you can shoehorn something in about business requirements or something, and maybe focus groups and translating the results to stakeholders. Boom. That's a better sentence, I believe. So, so there's that one. My allergies are destroying me. How does the market look for senior engineering managers? Mechanical. Not great, but not as bad as pure IT. Admittedly, I haven't done aerospace managers. I was more focused on the manufacturing side, but let's see. Okay, back. So yeah, that is how I'd write that. And that also saves you some time. Then we have collaborated with cross-functional teams to define research objectives. That's not quite what's been in the JD, but I think it's good that you were cross-functional teams. Summarize and train on the research insights into compelling stories for hospital leaderships. I think this should be your second bullet. This is arguably what's going to get you the job more than almost anything else. Is especially if the manager is non-technical. I would up that one up. So I would make that your second bullet, truthfully. And then maybe the third one. Maybe the third one should instead be not just translated, but how you incorporated your research into the hospital. Manage research value for national nonprofit improving youth mental health. That is fine. And then created the research plan of okay. Again, these should probably be melded. Manage research and evaluation for projects for a national nonprofit focused on improving youth mental health, which involved creating the research plan, the surveys, the focus group discussion guides of the 3 million health literacy for my brain shut off there. But collaborated with stakeholders across the organization to effectively scope, prioritize, and select the most strategic method for each request to arrive at actionable recommendations. Yeah, that's solid. I think that's good. Let me just check something. All right, so that should be a little bit better on that one. Generated over 100 external funding by research proposals. Increased report generation efficiency by training research and analyze data with R. Okay, I think that might be what we're missing here. And then design and affected by... Okay, so there's a lot here. And normally, I would say you put the education at the bottom. Specifically, I would say you probably just put your PhD in cognitive psych. That would be... Oh, and then you have the skills. So yeah. So I think I'm going to say your situation is going to be very niche, and I think it's going to be competitive is my guess. But here is how we're going to fix these things. So one, normally I would say put your education at the bottom, but specifically because you're going to be applying to high-level research positions, I would actually recommend you just putting it up here And I don't think you need your BS and your MS. You've already got your PhD in psych. I don't think the other two are needed. I think it's going to be implied. Maybe you have another resume that just has the MS and cognitive psych if the role you think you may be a little overexperienced for. So then you can use one with just the MS and one with just the PhD. In addition, these are good keywords and these absolutely need to be in the bullets. I don't know where they would fit because they're nowhere here, but these absolutely need to be in the bullets. You do not necessarily need that part there. They need to be in the bullets. So what I also recommend you do, and let me give you the template real quick, is right here. I say as it takes a while to actually load. So there we go. All right. So in this template, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to write it like this. All right. Work history. This part is fine. You did that fine over here, right? You do this the same basically, and then you're gonna write them over here, your summary sentence, then your keyword, and then you're gonna put with this in bulleted your tools used. Now you're still gonna need those in the other bullets, but this way you can put in to show that you used R and you used Excel and you used all that kind of things. Don't make it more than like a single line. Then you're gonna keep doing that. Keep your education here, and then instead of this formatting at the very top, I want to see your first and last name, your phone number, your email, your LinkedIn or your portfolio, and then your citizenship status, and then the city and state that you are in if you're applying for roles that are local. All of those combined should definitely help because I think that is the big problem right now is first off it's competitive and I don't think you have some of the tools that they would need and it's a little too wordy and hard to read. So that would be how I fix that. Is there any questions for that? So. Fish rots from the head. I have never heard that from the 100%. And I have never heard that before, but I do like it. Fish rots from the head. Huh. It's a new one. I've not heard that one before. All right. That's kind of all I can do with that. Do you have any questions? So I should have the skills at the bottom and in the bullets. I don't think you need them at the bottom as long as they're in the bullet. So remember that, you know what? I'm going to speak to you in a language that you can understand. Your users for this are not necessarily the managers. They are the non-technical people. And I am very certain that you graduated with your PhD in cognitive psych and somebody who is related to you was like, so now that you've graduated in cognitive psych, can you diagnose me? And then you would have to explain those are different things. And you then have to explain to them what your actual degree was in. That is how you need to write the resume. And you need those in the bullets. You need those keywords in the bullets because recruiters who only have a bachelor's is going to get, they're going to go to the manager and be like, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Manager, what do I need to do for this role? And they're going to be like, all right, you need quantitative research, you need R, you need SQL and statistical analysis. And they say, what else do I need? I'm like, I don't know. And then we're going to go based on that. I had an interview with Ask Me Why to Practice Therapy because those are entirely different subsections of psychology. One is based specifically on like how people interact and the other is to help people. That's also, you don't typically need a PhD to practice therapy. Typically that's a master's, unless you're trying to go for a psychiatrist, but that's more of a doctor with like a year of psych, if I remember right, or vice versa, psych with a year of doctorate. I think it's doctor with a year of psych. Final round interview for research analyst position. Maybe they were. I would have been. I'm like, maybe they were asking if he try to trip you up, but yeah, that's big oof there. Big oof. So yeah, that is your market. Remember, it is people that just have bachelors, if that. So you don't want to go, you want to go technical enough to show them that you have the skills, but not too technical enough that we stare at you like that. So I can't imagine like a research analyst position asking why you're not a therapist. I guess it's insane to me. I originally went to school to be a therapist, but I am super dyslexic and school is like anti how I act, and I it burns me up inside to just sit in a desk like that. So I would not go to the masters. Uh, and then actually, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been a therapist. I actually would have been IO Psych because that is my absolute favorite. I love IO Psych. But again, I never want to go back to school. There are definitely people that love school. I am not one of them. So yeah, no worries, Pochi. Those should help. Also, let me give you the link now that I actually have it to the templates so you can download them yourself. Let me give it right here. I haven't put it yet in Twitch, but I put it on my website today. So then we're gonna go resume templates. So let me know if that works. So there you go. You can download the templates. Just click the button. And they're in PDF so that it can just show you the format. Ideally, that is how you want those formats to be because it's easy to read. I like Arial. I mean, at Times New Roman, I think it's fine as well. I'm not too big. The big thing is readability is always going to be the biggest issue amongst all things. So, all right. So I think I answered this question. Give me like a break to rest my mind to answer these questions. So I've been let's see, depended on the job, but on average was 20 hour when I first started. I first started with mission from draw to around, what was I making? 35, 33-ish? 33 an hour, give or take. But commission and bonuses sometimes change that. Ta-ta. All right, did I answer this one? Yes, I did. All right. Okay, there we go. Let me do some resume roasting. The IT market sucks. The tech market sucks because of a variety of factors. Some, but not all, are below. One, outsourcing is for sure. One, Feds raised the rates, which was brutal for startups. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's average. Actually, Perry, I think it's average. Again, it wasn't. I'm being overly harsh because it's a lot easier to fix what we had. Overall, that did in fact give me a lot of information. So I think particularly in this market where there is a flood of people applying, it would be hard, but in a normal market, your resume would probably stand out even with that. It's just it's easy for people to miss that. So I think it's average. I actually don't think it was obviously there's a lot of stuff you can do to improve it, but like I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Let me just say that. So there's Beautiful Startups, which is where a lot of IT is. The big thing, like companies overhired. Okay, Goof, yeah. So, definitely, again, the worst resumes I have seen are usually from nurses overall. I was when I had to rewrite nurse resumes with them, those were the ones that were always the toughest because they they were always the toughest to do. They are tough jobs, but their resumes are even tougher to read. But I also don't blame them because that is not really at all part of their job description. They are to save lives and keep people alive. So I am okay with that. During COVID, overhired during COVID, which also is where a lot of IT jobs are. See, companies are outsourcing a lot, especially IT. There's another reason. So yeah, like basically that. Like T, uh, uh, the market does look like it's getting better, but better is relative to where it was. I would make an educated guess that we will see a bigger boom of jobs in September that is quickly going to fall off until February 2025, where there should be a lot more hires in IT and job openings. That is, yeah, like tech market got brutalized from every angle. So, let's see. That's how much did I make? I'm a UX writer. Did major list the market terms video so much competition, which I can, on the mid to long hour for on the content side. I was mostly on the IT. Engineers get mad at me for saying software development is IT. I understand they are different, but colloquially, everyone in talent acquisition uses them that way. So it was mostly on the back end side. But UX work is probably going to be tough. Um, it's mostly on the back end side as I have only handled a few UX roles, but the market for that seems to be pretty tough and will get tougher in my mind. That's personally it. Uh, Primarily due to what I imagine is companies going to outsource that type of developments. Woo! 80. Great AMA. I know somebody reached out for recruiting represent and multiple hedge funds asking me to not speak to other human. How honest is that? Should I approach monitoring commanders? Uh, don't get submitted to the same company by multiple recruiters, as the hiring manager may look poorly on that. But besides that case, work with as many headhunters as you can, uh, as long as they are not double submitting. That is the big one. You don't want to get double submitted. Did I answer that? I think I answered that. My mind is are tired. Let's see. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna do a job posting roasting. All right, chat. Give me a state in the United States, please, because I cannot really roast language I cannot read. And a job. I'm not gonna open my eyes until I see it. Thinking maybe software. Software developers are usually crazy positions. Let's do Minnesota. Cool. I should have picked a state I can actually spell. Uh, California, please, talent acquisition. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Saying hi to the world. Oh yeah, your resume will be next. So let me just do this quick job posting roasting. So TA, I'm assuming you're going to me for First off, California is big. Are we talking Bay Area, or are we talking LA, or the other places that don't exist in my mind? Sorry to every place else in California. Talent acquisition. All right, so in the past week, we've had pretty good in California. 5,000 new roles. This is partly how I believe the market is getting better, is you're seeing more postings for recruiters. All right, LA. MGR. All righty. See. All right, this is a good one. Is this actually a... I don't know if this is actually a recruiter position. Hold on. What the hell? Oh, this is a research manager. No. You know what? This is a bad job posting that I want to roast anyway. So I'll do that in a second. Let me get up to this. All right, everything good. This is the Headless Headhunter, here to do a job posting roasting. So this is MGR Research of Packaging Corporations of America. I think MGR Research is supposed to be the title of the position. This is not off to a good start. Let's see. They are looking... It's a Fortune 500 company. Yeah, that's a lot. Whatever. The resource manager. Okay, this is for a resource manager position, but they titled it MGR Resource. I have not done a lot or of any resource manager positions, but I cannot imagine that is correct. All right. In addition, there's this big old blurb at the top, whatever, and then there's 2 bullet points under people, which doesn't make sense. And then they tell about the actual duties of this. And then coordinate the effects of customer service, planning and shipping functions for the plant. Okay, so these are principal accountabilities, is I'm assuming just a responsibilities. But oh no, these are confusing me. I've looked at so many job postings, and this is insane. Okay. And then the basic qualifications are 7 years in a corrugated industry with a background in customer service. I feel like a lot of people, including me, may not know what corrugated is. I'm assuming that is how this is showing my intelligence. How a related industry. Blue. 3 years previous experience in a supervisor capacity. That is it. And then they just have these with no bullets. Okay, no, this is still part of it. This is insane. This is a bad job posting. Also, this is in California, and ever since California put in their pay transparency laws, they are probably going to get minorly in trouble for not posting the salary. So this is not a good posting, MGR. No, Packaging Corporation America. PCA, please do better. This is an F for a job posting. It's so hard to find the actual details of what it is. Nothing is actually stated correctly. Like, how the hell are you supposed to find any of this stuff? And it doesn't have the pay in a state where, unless there's some weird exception to the law, you need to post that to be in compliance. So please do better, PCA. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not, like, real talk. That may be a minor lawsuit. Unless there is an exception to the law, companies in LA need to be putting in their pay. Like, that's why you see it almost all of them except for this one. So that actually could get them in real trouble. All right, let me go to you saying hi to the world, which I think is a really cool name. Let me just make sure there is no... Oh, hi, Spider. I got distracted. Let me make sure there is nothing that would dox you on your resume, because that is not my goal. Okay, we did Pochi. And then, okay, what is this going to say? Okay, it's going to be, that's the name of it. Okay, copy, cannot see chat while this is happening. Let's see that. Saying hi to the world. Heck, you might even see positions I've applied to around in the area, too. That is the case. because the market for a third party is brutal right now, and I just want to wait. I don't want to just wait out. So, let's see. Talent acquisition specialist, talent lead, talent acquisition manager. Okay, in LA specifically, let's do a little Boolean first. So typically TA is going to be specifically internal. So let's try this instead. We're going to do talent advisor or talent acquisition or recruiting manager or you said lead, recruiting. I think I don't need that. Okay, this is how we're going to talent acquisition, kind of the TA talent acquisition. I don't want to just do TA. There's another name for us that I'm probably blanking on. Advisor, acquisition, partner. I don't want to say human resources because that's not always correct, but sometimes they bundle those in together. I'll just see what this is right now, and then we're going to do and lead up brackets lead or manager or senior. All right, let's see if this one works. All right. Nope, that didn't work out. Is it recruitment? Ah, that's it. Recruitment. I misspelled it. Recruiting. No, it's not recruiting. It's recruiter. Recruit. Ah, that's where I messed up. I see it. I did not fully bracket this. That was why. Or recruiter. There we go. This should be correct. Always check your booleans. Single comma destroys everything. There we go. This is much better. All right. So ideally we were looking for lead, but I don't know if a lot of them are going to. Technical accounting manager, recruiting resource. Yeah, that's fine. Senior system manager, business development manager, lead solutions center, talent acquisition, HR coordinator. Okay. All right. So do me a favor. Just check. I'm fairly certain since we are in the same industry, this is correct, but I always like to double check. Is this right? And that's showing up positions that you would like as well. Technical recruiters there. I'm not sure if the lead is working, so some of them might not be actually correct on the seniority, but I mean, if they need a recruiter, they're probably not going to have a good job posting. So, corporate accountant, business solutions, sales and recruiting, Roth staffing. I think these are correct. Some of them are obviously wrong, but most of them should be correct. All right, so you have applied about 200 a week. I'm assuming that's going to be a month, and gotten 5 interviews. Not actually terrible. Your resume might be pretty. I haven't even looked at the resume yet, but I just need to do this to double check it. This is all right. And saying hi to the world. As long as corporate recruiting and yes, senior level. Yeah, I mean that's going to be pretty hard. Truthfully, this is at least in the past week, so it should be helpful. But a lot of the times they don't title it right. I'll be honest. And there's a lot of times where experience level is not going to be accurate because you can do mid-senior. 67 is solid. But even then, they're not always right. As long as that is close enough. So, because like, what's the difference between an HR recruiter 2 and a lead or a senior recruiter? And the answer is company dependent. So, at least these are for... Snapchat is in Los Angeles. I thought that was... I didn't know that, actually. Senior software. Okay, so these should be closest enough. So, for TA is going to be a bit different because we're doing corporate recruiting. You also may want to look at RPOs, if possible. They may have some job boards that don't show up here, right? So, all right, business development manager. It's technically recruiting, but it's not the type of recruiting that you would like. Let's see, senior director, manager, marketing, senior technical recruiter. Let's go for Snapchat. Facebook has some solid job descriptions. So, all right, small tech companies. Let's do a little thing over here. All right. So we are looking at small, large companies, and I'm also going to add startup versus corporate. Let's see, software engineering roles, niche postings, and industry. So IT, whatever, IT and accounting. To network with nurturing talent. Why does this say New York City area? Building programs for scale. Candidate hiring manager, candidate and hiring manager. Customer focused. And it's going to tracking metrics. Prioritize projects. Okay, so that's one. Let's do retail talent acquisition manager. Remote to Texas? Does that mean remote? If you're, I don't actually know what that implies. Okay. This is, jeez Louise. Don't bury that. I hate how they always bury these darn ads. The actual requirements all the way at the bottom. Like, people need this up top. That's arguably the most important. Projects, and we're going to do applicant ranking law and leader results, stakeholders, and then we're going to do tools. So metrics, tools, workday, trust. And then leaders. Shit. Okay, cool. Talent recruiter 2. Okay, so boo boo. All right, I believe I got it all. Side question: Well, having my is someone who's been in corps. My brain is breaking. The acronym ACE HRM is that? What is that HRM? Resource management. Okay. Having my somebody would be helpful in this market. It could. It very much could, but that's maybe going to be for more human resources. I know technically recruiting is in HR. Technically, we are bundled together, but there's a very big difference in duties, and typically the resume you would want for HR is going to be very different for the one you would want for a recruiter. So, except some companies use them interchangeably, unfortunately. But I would recommend maybe having that, but maybe we will. Let me look at your actual resume first. I haven't even looked at that yet. So I've just been doing all the research. Okay, name, city, phone number, talent acquisition. Okay, solid. No. Okay, cool. All right, let's look at the actual resume. So the first thing I want to let you know is how many applications have you sent out versus how many interviews? Because if I'm reading this right, it's not actually a bad ratio for you, truthfully. 200, like that's for every 40 you're getting an interview, which I'll be honest, in this market for our industry is solid. Like I kind of almost don't want to change anything if that is the case because of how impacted our industry is and how successful that is. Now, if it's 800 to 5 interviews a month, that is going to be different. But, I just don't like breaking something that works. So, but led the company's global full cycle recruitment efforts. Okay, fine. Involve inclusive phone screening, interviewing, and offer negotiation in addition to partnering with stakeholders. This is good. I think it's too long. Okay, yeah, like honestly, I don't want to break something that kind of works. Like out of almost any market, the recruiting market is one of the worst. So if you are successfully getting 5 interviews for every 200 applications you send. That is every 40 applications an interview, which is good. And I am honestly very wary about changing anything because that's kind of success in our market, truthfully. So I can make some changes, which I can kind of see, but I wouldn't want to go too crazy with it because it seems to be working. So, because it's that competitive right now. Like anything under 75 applications per interview is probably going to be good. But I personally think this is a little large, truthfully. So I would maybe shrink this, not by a ton, but because remember, we're looking for these things. So it might be closer to 50. I'm looking at the numbers closely. Okay, yeah, I just keep your old one because look, I give people good resumes that are generally very helpful, but I cannot be in every industry as is. And honestly, I'm sometimes too close to the talent acquisition industry to get in my own head about my own industry. I wish I could like my own psyche and have them review myself on it. But uh this is solid, but probably too big for the first one. I do like how you do this though, which is led companies global full cycle recruitment efforts, inclusive of phone screening. I think maybe such as phone screening, interviewing, offer negotiations, in addition to partnering with stakeholders, HR business partners, and hiring managers uh, to recruit in. See these because business development is going to be not. I feel like business development, unless you're applying for an RPO to drum up business for them, is not going to be as corporate. So I don't know if you really need business development if you're applying specifically to be an internal recruiter, unless you are specifically applying to be like an RPO's internal business brain, brain not work, business person that get other business. Wow, that was intelligent. Uh, Phone screen interviewing offer negotiation in addition to partnering with potential managers to recruit in various verticals, such as IT. I forgot what actually you wrote. You did. So, like, I know engineering cannot necessarily always be that. Mechanical engineers and X. So this is where I would keep it to this. I think your intro is a little long because GTM, SaaS, business development, those are not typically what a lot of people would always consider verticals. Actually, uh, but I would be more broad with the specifics of it, right? Like, make it engineering, make it IT, make it human resources, make it, you know, do the actual overall one because that's going to be a lot more digestible. It's an entirely possible that the recruiter that is reading this may not know what a SaaS is, which is a software as a service, or a GTM, which honestly I haven't heard of GPN. I have not heard of a GTM. I don't actually know what that acronym is. So I would shrink that down a little bit to do something like this is would be my. So, led companies' full cycle recruitment efforts, such as phone screening, interview, and offer negotiation. You know what? I would maybe add for candidates from X to like C level if you can, with stakeholders, HR business partners, and hiring managers uh, to recruit various verticals. I don't know. I heard verticals, and I know higher management uses verticals, but like I don't know how many other people use verticals. I don't like the word verticals. Verticals is a weird word to me. Like I feel like industry should be better than verticals, but people use verticals, so we have to use verticals. Whatever. Sorry, that was a weird rant. You use the word that communicates that the best. All right. That would be how it's handed. I'd say managed a team of. I think managed a team. Again, I'm not the best for grammar, but that's how I would write that. All right, the hair is coming down. Uh, of 4 sourcers to recruit. Okay, so here is where I would change this to add something as well. um, to recruit candidates of all levels from IC, whatever. Basically, like like, what kind of people did you recruit for? Because this is a good way to actually even switch these because in hiring managers, right? So you can even put this here, and then you could put this one in the second one to levels to recruit for X industry and levels from entry level positions to C-suite. So something like that. I don't know how much you actually did with that because that's going to be highly dependent, but I would maybe make these two sentences and sort of switch them. Entry level, mid. Okay, yeah. So I would definitely put C-suite first. So to recruit for X industry, or you could keep it there, but I would definitely put in like managed a team of 4 junior talent acquisition partners and 4 sourcers to recruit candidates from C-suite level, such as C-suits, mid-level managers or senior managers, and entry level. So that way they know you did all. I would change that because I know there's a lot of people that truthfully it's not terribly different. Like they're relatively the same to recruit for them. The process is kind of the same. Like I've the negotiations are way different at a C-suite level for sure, or at least an associate VP, which is the highest I've done. But all in all, it's relatively the same process. Just you got to put a little more time into certain stuff. But people like that in the job descriptions. So, um, and here is where we this is where you do the industry, right? So we need to have the industry. That should be done in the first or the second bullet. This shows that you've worked with hiring managers, even though you should have, uh, and stakeholders. But we also want to know that you've done like, well, we want to see. My brain just completely forgot. My allergies are kicking in. Give me a second. What was I going to say? This. We want to also know the difference between startup, small company, and large company. I think that is something you need to add somewhere in the first 2 sentences. I think primarily the first 2 sentences need to have your industries, the C-suite to entry levels, and the other stuff, along with small and corporate. Those are what you're going to need. So we need to see those. Otherwise, it's just not gonna. Those are the key ones. So let me put this down here. First 2 sentences / bullets. We need to do industry, C-suite, entry level, small corp versus large corp. It's crazy how many executive recruiter positions I've directed from, and all I've done so much. Yeah, and it's. I mean, it's not terribly different for you just got to put a little more time into it. You know, you got to be a little more careful. But yeah, no worries. Keep like I will never insult somebody for spelling. That is my personal demon. So as super dyslexic, but I want to see these in the first 3 and the summary, right? So I want to see the industry. I want to see the C-suite entry level. I want to see small versus corporate. If possible, we can add like tools because spearheaded the company's diversity talent representing a university and career fairs, rolling a 60% increase. Now, I hate to say this. This is really impressive, and I really like this. I don't. Unfortunately, the amount of roles that are requesting D, E, and I are lower. So I think you should still have this. I think this is good, and it's actually critical to build a better thing for the company, but it may need to be lower. Uh, Develop, implement, and individual recruiting strategy, career fair, sourcing passive candidates. Kind of repeating the same thing. And I'm not seeing any tools. I do like champion positive candidate experience. Maintaining transparency. Okay, so this is solid. I think this should be more up there. Um, so I like some of your brags, but again, what I'm really missing here is what tools you've used. I do have your projects, maybe something with law, but primarily I'm not seeing the tools you've used. So this is where I think it would be beneficial to maybe have a tools keyword, right? That just shows that you've used Workday and Excel and Outlook and all that stuff, because those are usually still going to be in there even for senior manager positions. In fact, I feel like I've gotten some people jobs just by putting that, even though they're applying for senior management positions. So we need to have those. In addition, I think this is good, but we need to focus on some other stuff. I think that would be okay too, but ideally, the biggest thing I have found with managers is they don't like it blobbed down or up. They want it in the bullet points. Most managers I have talked to really, really, really do want it in the bullet points. So I want to see it in the bullet points, and I want to see it because they think, well, let's just say, for an example, right? Let's say saying hi to the world has used Workday. Okay, they have it up here at the very top. Does that mean they've used it consistently throughout their career, or are they lying and they used it here in June 2014 for 1 month? It's the same reason you need to put the month and the year. It's because otherwise they think you're going to be possibly lying, even though that's really not the case. And most ATS systems are just so interchangeable that, like, I feel like so yeah. And again, I really hate saying this. I think you have too much with the DEI. That hurts my soul. I want to be clear to say it, but I know that is not as popular now, even though it should be and is a critical part of the part. But I'm trying to be honest with you for what companies are wanting. So I think you should have something with DE&I, but I think you have like 2 or 3 bullets at it, and I want to see maybe one. Like maybe 1 bullet for all the DE&I. Because remember, this is the stuff that they're actually posting that they want. All this stuff is really good, but this is not the right. No, this is it. Like they want. Come on, Guitar Center, please be better with your job descriptions. They don't have any. Where the friggin' requirements, man? Come on. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are terrible. Here, look. We want applicant tracking systems and stuff. Yeah, I think that would be fine. Like ATS and sourcing tools. But again, do not forget your Excel, your Word, your Outlook. I know those are basic, but you need them there. It is dumb how basic it is, but you need to put them in there too. So yeah, and including LinkedIn Recruiter, right? So yeah, they say it here. We have rapport, manage multiple priorities, fast-paced operations, manager, physician recruiting, SCP health, secure, contain, protect health. I love it. I love it so much. Sorry, that was me nerding out. I love the SCP Foundation. It's so cool. Bachelor's degree, proven history, recruiting driver. I think these are good. Knowledge of formula. Yeah. So what you are missing is employment law. Multiple jobs have said employment law, right? So I want to see industry. I want to see C-suite to entry level. I want to see small corp to large corp. I want to see that in the summary. And I also want to see the tools you've used. And I want to see, which you do have. I do like your plans that worked, right? Like you convincing people, you putting into projects. And I think you need to sort of bunch them up a little bit. I think there should be one DEI one. And I don't see any results for this. I also need to see the KPIs. What KPIs did you make? And those should be up top. So. And I don't like spearheaded. I'm, you know what? But you also use led and managed. So. Besides the bigger ATSs, I've used LinkedIn Recruiter, Mathsend. I've used Mathsend, Seekout, Indeed, Injury. Yeah, I mean, primarily you want the ATS, you want LinkedIn Recruiter, you want Indeed. Maybe put out one or two of those others, but if it's not going to be the main ones, they're not going to probably know. And again, do not forget Excel. I want to see Outlook. I want to see Excel. I want to see you making PowerPoint plans to show other people to get your stuff up. Those are still critical. I hate the fact that it is, but you do need them. So yeah, overall, honestly, again, I don't want to be too nitpicky because overall, you are getting interviews in one of the toughest markets for recruiters in years. And for every 40 you send is an interview, which is really good. Really good. Like, really good. So, but I want to see KPIs. So, I want to see KPIs. I want to see what you do have. Let's see. Tools, projects. I also want to see recruiting law. Recruiting law. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy, right? Not everything needs to be a brag. Maybe just coached senior leadership on employment law to employment. Right, that's it. Something like that. All right, cool. I think that's solid for now. Also, make sure if you are a U.S. citizen to put U.S. citizen and the city and state you are in. You know, you are probably not going to be prejudiced, and I actually think that the stuff you've done with DE&I is incredibly impressive. I've never even touched that to that degree, and it's really amazing. But people who are hiring may not. You don't want somebody who just ends up being racist to mess up your whole chance or to make an assumption. So put if you are U.S. citizen or green card holder and the city and state as this, and it should help as well because you don't want somebody who's doing their job badly to stop you from fixing their company. And truthfully, if a company is hiring a leader such as you, they may need that help. So to implement strategies like that, because that's some really, like, holy crap, those are, I know nobody else understands this, but like those are some really impressive DEI stuff. Even like this is some really good stuff, man. Really good. So, or woman, whatever, but this is some good stuff, person recruiter. So startup question. A startup has asked me to do an assessment after meeting the talent acquisition manager. If they're not asking you to do free work, yes, usually. Yeah, like industry to industry, this is really good. I mean, like, damn. You're kicking my butt. So, I think it can be a good sign, but also the biggest problem with those signs is some companies are just so disorganized that it may not be a sign. I think it is anytime you get the next interview, I would say it's a good sign. And I guess it depends on what the assessment is, but I would say it's good. So I think I'm going to end the stream in a couple of minutes from now. I think that's solid. Does anybody else have any last minute questions? Saying hi to the world. You're always welcome to come back. Bring others. Come back and show your resume again after we fix some stuff because it is an iterative process. More like if you don't hear back from a hiring manager and a candidate needs an answer, how would you respond type of assessment? That would probably be good. Yeah, that's a good sign because that's the testing you the skill. So, yeah, no worries. I mean, look, game recognized game. This is good. Like, these are really good. I think you're kicking my butt in all the achievements and stuff. So, yeah, this is really good. Yeah, send more people you need help my way. And honestly, that kind of assessment is pretty good. So, like, really, I honestly, again, I don't even know if my changes will help or not because, again, 40-1 is solid. Even if you weren't in recruitment, which is a down industry, 40-1 applications is solid. I want to let you know that even if there are no changes, keep the old resume just in case because that is a good ratio. So, I would say specifically, if you were in any other industry but recruiting, your tenure would suck. But recruiters regularly, a year and a half in recruiters is 4 years in any other job. So if it was any other position other than talent acquisition, yes. But specifically because of talent acquisition, that is a solid amount of experience. This might as well be a decade of experience. So, like, this is really solid. We recruiters are the first to go. and the first to get hired. So it's just the nature of our industry, unfortunately. All right, well, I think that is good for me. Yeah, I will talk to you all on Thursday, and I hope you all have a great day and a great night, and may the offers come. And thank you. I appreciate you too. May the offers be plenty and the interviews not lengthy. Offers are plenty and the interviews not lengthy. Okay, I might keep that one. Later, everybody.